Okay, is the preview showing yet? No, still not showing. Is the preview not showing? There it is. That was a hell of a delay. All right, well, thanks for coming back or tuning in if you're tuning in. And today's episode, we're going to start off. I was going to ignore this because it's going to be about the quote-unquote debate between xQc and Ethan Klein on H3H3. I mean, at first it was just it was a ridiculous temper tantrum of xQc just going big crybaby on Ethan when Ethan was pointing out that you need to do more than just play other people's videos when you're doing a reaction video. Otherwise, you're kind of stealing. And xQc just kept throwing insults and getting mad and angry, and I was gonna ignore it, but then he got in touch with Destiny after that, and then it's just, I don't know if he's delusional or if he's just thinking that he can say things happened and then they'll be true, like, you know, a lot of delusional politicians or political pundits. But I mean, it just got too good for me to ignore. So I'm gonna jump on it, and we're gonna watch the original debate, just so we have a good starting ground, so we can go over what actually happened and point out how fucking delusional xQc actually is when he starts talking to Destiny afterwards. And it's all on one video that Destiny just put out a couple hours ago called Ethan Klein and xQc Debate Implodes. Gila joins to defend herself. I have no idea who Gila is, but all right, let's switch over to the browser page here. There it is. Okay, get that loaded up. And switch my head over to the side. All right, here we go. I've got PC audio on, all right. So it begins.
No, it doesn't.
No,
I'm genuinely curious.
You took the high road.
xQc, no, I really want you to answer
Perception.
it. Hold on. Let me finish my point. Hold on. Okay. Oh, he's crying in the corner. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least.
I'd give you a 2.5 on a 10 scale.
Okay, tell me why. Saying that he's balling out and he's happy. You don't believe that either. I think you're just kind of trolling.
Well, if you think I'm trolling, I won't give you any feedback at all.
Right,
I know
yeah.
for a fact.
I did.
I don't. No, you didn't. Stop. You did not. You were just.
That's a good preview into what we're about to watch here.
Yep. I've got a meeting in like 5 minutes. But what's up?
I mean, I'm going into the lines then, like 1v6, bruh.
You already.
I didn't even see this part. So he talks to Destiny before he even starts the debate. I didn't even get to watch this part. I skipped right past this because I thought I was already just rewatching the original debate. This is more content I haven't even seen yet.
In the lines in my Discord 1v6, weren't you?
Wrong.
I disagree.
Wrong. Is that wrong? Only thing he can get me on is legality.
Legality, you're almost certainly just in the wrong.
You run me through it fast.
Fast? Okay, so fast, the problem is streamers would probably fail the 4-factor test spectacularly.
What's the 4-factor test? What's the 4-factor test? What is that?
Literally Google 4-factor DMCA copyright, and you can find the 4 factors that people use to measure whether or not your utilization of content would count as fair use in court. Meaning, would a judge say you've transformed this content such that like you're no longer.
And that first one, that's what I'm heavily relying on, the purpose and character of your use, because I'm doing a review of someone else's meltdown. So hopefully that qualifies, because I don't want to get sued. I'm not even making money on this shit yet.
In violation of somebody's copyright. Those are the 4 factors. Legally, you're probably in the wrong, but I mean, like, almost everybody on YouTube could be in the wrong, because anybody can sue anybody for a lot of different potential copyright violations. But like, if I were you, I would just like, I'm not here arguing the legality of it, but...
I mean, the laws are pretty old, and like they're pretty stupid and like defunct pretty much.
Laws are old? What kind of an argument is that? It doesn't matter how old the laws are. Oh my god.
right? Like they're pretty much like.
Sure, but then you're gonna have to argue.
Ancestral, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to argue which laws though you think should or shouldn't be kept if he pushes you on that, because again, the laws exist for a reason.
And what? I'm confused there. So you're gonna have to argue which laws should be kept. What difference does it make what my opinion is on which laws should be kept or not? How does that even matter? The laws are on the books. That means that they can be used in courts. What the fuck?
What do you mean kept?
Like, well, like, because he's gonna ask you, like, well, what don't you like about the law? Like, why do you think the law should change?
Oh.
I mean, I guess if you're just in a debate of public opinion, sure. But in a court of law, that has no bearing.
I think that there's very good like transformative uses that people have these days that are mutually beneficial, good, well done, but it still opens them up to get sued and striked by people who like own the copyright pretty much.
If you want to do a counterexample, it's kind of iffy, is you couldn't say technically every single video game streamer could potentially be in violation of copyright. Like every single Let's Play video game streamer, every single multiplayer video game streamer could probably get sued by companies and forced.
Yes.
Yeah. But his counter to that is going to be yeah, but these companies, a lot of them have explicitly said that it is okay to stream their games. And then if you want, you can counter that and you can say
Nintendo.
Sure, some haven't. Yeah, and if you want, you can kind of say, okay, well, most React streamers or most YouTubers have said that it's okay, or a lot of them have said it's okay to stream their stuff, and if they DMCA, you'll take it down, just like for video game companies, because Nintendo has stricken a lot of channels and shit that have posted stuff that they thought they'd be okay. So that's probably the hairiest area to bounce back and forth on.
That's why you'll never see me stream
because
Nintendo
legality,
games.
I mean, I lose, right? When it comes to morality, I win by a landslide, and by character, I also win, like, in terms of, I think, in general.
Why? How? You can't just say, I win. We're not playing I win. This is a debate. Jesus, dude, this guy is nuts.
Like, everything he's been doing, everything he says is disingenuous and also is hypocritical on almost every level, right? I mean,
you tell me. I don't know about that. That's up to you to figure out.
I can get him. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say well. I'm getting him on then because I have all my shit lined up.
Okay.
How does this guy have such a massive audience? I can barely understand what he says. Sometimes I have to go back and like replay what he said multiple times just so I can pick out like missing syllables and try to figure out what words he was saying. Jesus. Enunciate your fucking words, xQc. Jesus Christ.
So I just want to say first off, like I was saying, thank you for doing this. I think it's important.
Okay, here we go. This is where like that last 2 minutes or so, that was new to me. I've never seen that. I didn't even know he actually did like prep work with Destiny before the fucking debate. I thought he was just winging it. I had no idea he actually tried to prep for this. He did prep for this, and he still just lost his shit. All right, let's watch this fucking clown show.
Conversation to have, and I think you're the right person to talk to about it. Simply because I feel, and I think you would agree with this premise that you push the fair use value, or apparently you don't even care about fair use at all. And I don't want to put words on your mouth, so you can correct me where I'm wrong. But you seem to not.
See how Ethan, he's starting off, and he stays at this tone the entire way through. He doesn't ever once, as far as I know, and I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, he doesn't ever start getting fucking flippant. And he doesn't start slinging insults for no reason. But xQc, like right now, he's calm, as far as I could tell. At least as calm as xQc can get. I don't know if he's like a meth head or what, but that's just blah, 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 blah. Every time he opens his mouth, blah, 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 blah. It just seems to me like he's just, I don't know if maybe he was over prescribed Adderall his whole life or what, but this guy just cannot speak at a normal pace. Like he can't even finish words. He just spits word salad out so fast that he literally chops off the end of every word so he can start the next word. I mean, goddamn, calm down, slow down, chill out, and speak.
Not care about it, or at least you push it as far as it can go. So you seem like the right person to talk about it with.
Okay, so I think there's 3 points to that. I don't want to get too debatey yet, but basically, I think
this is the slowest I've ever heard xQc speak.
I value a good live product, right? 1, 2. I think I'm the right guy because I do a lot of it.
What the hell is a good life product? What? What does that even mean?
I do good reacts, bad reacts, but overall I do a high density of reacts. I do a lot of it. But on top of that, against popular belief, I guess these days, I ask for permission a lot, and I try to make an ecosystem where things are good and not conflictual. That's
right.
The main point. Yeah.
Conflict.
So he's trying to say that he tries not to create conflict. I believe that's, not trying to be an asshole here.
Sure.
Okay. So, okay, that's all fair. That's all good. I want to focus on the YouTube uploads.
Yeah.
Because the Twitch streaming itself, I feel like is too much of a gray zone, and there's industry standard. I would be more hesitant
Now, why
to
is
call what
uploading to YouTube different than streaming on Twitch? I'm not familiar. I've never been on Twitch. I've seen some Twitch videos. I prefer YouTube over Twitch. And frankly, unless it's on YouTube, I'll never see it. Unless it's a game I'm trying to go see live gameplay for, I'll never go to Twitch. So I don't know. Let me know down in the description if there's some kind of realm where it's okay to do things on Twitch that's not okay on YouTube. So this part of the argument I don't really get.
what happens on Twitch a violation of any kind. So I just want to focus on what you upload to your YouTube channel.
That's a pretty big point to give up right at the bat. But...
Okay, so that's gonna be a yes and a no, because I truly believe that Twitch is somewhat of a competitor on VODs. If Twitch didn't have VODs, then that'd be wrong. That'd be right. But Twitch has VODs, and all the VODs stay up. And when people react, they leave the VODs up. And it's quite literally the same thing as being able to watch or listen to music on stuff that remains in the VOD.
How's that different than YouTube?
Okay, that's true, but just for the sake of this conversation, I just want to focus on, because from a legal perspective, and I know you don't really care about the legality of it, and that's fine, but I just want to focus on the YouTube videos as they stand as a product. I understand that the VODs are on Twitch, and that would create an inherent problem as well. But just for the sake of the conversation, to keep things clean and keep us from getting too messy, that's my focus, if that's okay with you.
Okay. You know what? Okay. Just for the sake of having a good argument, I'll do that. Except for when the topic matters, right?
Sure.
It really matters. If it doesn't,
I'm
overall fine.
confused. What is he asking him to do here? Let me go back a few minutes.
Thing as being able to watch.
Sorry.
A lot. I think I value do a high against, and that's
right.
The main point. Yeah.
Conflictual.
Okay, so that's all fair. That's all good. I want to focus on the YouTube uploads.
Yeah.
Because the Twitch streaming itself, I feel like is too much of a gray zone, and there's industry standard. I would be more hesitant to call what happens on Twitch a violation of any kind. So I just want to focus on what you upload to your YouTube channel. That's a pretty big point to give up right at the bat. But...
Okay, so that's gonna be a yes and a no, because I truly believe that Twitch is somewhat of a competitor on VODs. If Twitch didn't have VODs, then that'd be wrong. That'd be right. But Twitch has VODs, and all the VODs stay up. And when people react, they leave the VODs up. And it's quite literally the same thing as being able to watch or listen to music on stuff that remains in the VOD.
Okay, that's true, but just for the sake of this conversation, I just want to focus on, because from a legal perspective, and I know you don't really care about the legality of it, and that's fine, but I just want to focus on the YouTube videos as they stand as a product. I understand that the VODs are on Twitch, and that would create an inherent problem as well. But just for this.
All right, so I'm confused. Why is he saying we should ignore Twitch? What does that even have to do with anything? What fucking difference does it make whether the video's on Twitch or YouTube?
Sake of the conversation, to keep things clean and keep us from getting too messy. That's my focus, if that's okay with you.
Okay. You know what? You know what? Okay. Just for the sake of having a good argument, I'll do that. Except for when the topic matters, right?
Sure.
It really matters. if it doesn't matter, overall, fine. But there are certain points that like it plays a big role into it. If it's too big, I think I want to.
How does it matter whether it's on Twitch or YouTube? Either way. What difference does it make? Either way.
Ignore it, but
The complaint
You know what?
is
that's 100%
doing
fine. I guess
reaction
I'm just saying
videos
that for myself, so that
without
when I'm
reacting.
talking, you understand.
Is that not the whole argument? Is whether or not you're doing reaction videos without actually reacting, just playing other people's content on your channel while your camera shows your chair and you're off doing something else? That's the problem, right? So what the fuck difference does it make whether you're talking about Twitch or YouTube?
That I'm talking about your YouTube channel and not making general statements about what's happening on Twitch. Okay?
That is
Okay, cool.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. So I guess my first question for you to start is that, do you think your work is transformative? Of course, that's one of the main tenets of fair use. Do you think your work
The first
is
of the four
transformative?
factors, I believe.
That is really vague because you're talking about his entire body of work. Why are you bringing up his entire body of work?
Yes.
You do?
Yep.
Wait.
Here, I mean, okay, because I was watching you yesterday, and here you said it's absolutely not transformative. Here it is.
You don't have to care. That's totally fine. But do you agree that you've created non-transformative reactions?
100%.
That's
yeah.
a different question.
Okay, that's fine. We've agreed.
That's a totally different
So
question.
here you say you've 100% made non-transformative reactions. Did you change your
I gotta
mind?
go. I'm taking off, guys.
Now, see, that's a bit of a shitty question there, because originally he asked, "Do you believe your work is transformative?" Not have you created non-transformative work. That's two totally different things.
No, absolutely not. I didn't change my mind. The whole point is that nevers are really bad. 'Cause I think we all have stuff that is not transformative. If you do a full-on yes or no, I just kind of like play with the question, and that was kind of like on the fly.
So, but your work,
So maybe this is just something that he struggles with, like making a point. Like he's kind of all over the place. Maybe this, because I've struggled with that before. Like I've tried to make a point and I just don't have the right words to say. My vocabulary sucks, so I can't think of how to say it properly. But all I gotta say to this is what I said earlier. First, your question was about your entire body of work. Do you believe your work is transformative? Not have you created works that are non-transformative? Not is all of your work transformative? Those are two different questions.
work is not fully transformative. Some of it is not, by your own admission.
Yeah, some of it is less reactive. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright, or like the fact that it's illegal? Does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Now that, what do you mean it doesn't matter whether it's legal or illegal? So I think this is where he made the biggest fucking mistake of the entire argument. He literally just said he does not care whether it's legal. What the
Well, if flat out doesn't, because in that.
But that's fair. That's totally fair. And so because it doesn't matter to you, I don't think it's...
All right, so I'm going to write that shit down. xQc literally just said he doesn't care whether it's legal to take someone's copyrighted material. And that's it. 8 minutes of the video. Let me just make the copy the link down again here.
there's any point to really even discuss
Well, I can
fair
elaborate.
use law.
I just want to play that again.
Yeah, some of it is less reactive. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So in that regard, do you care
Let's say that's 7 minutes 40 seconds. That's where they ask the question.
at all about like IP or copyright, or like the fact that it's illegal? Does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because in that.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter. It flat out doesn't matter. That's what he just said. The fuck? How does someone who builds their channel off of doing reaction videos and shit like that? I mean, I've never actually watched xQc's channel, to be honest with you. I can't understand the guy's words half the time, so I don't watch his channel. But from what I understand, that's what he does mostly. That's, I mean, from earlier in the video, it sounds like he does mostly reaction videos. For that kind of person to come out and say he doesn't care whether it's legal to take someone else's copyrighted material and use it in a reaction video, what the fuck?
Fair. That's totally fair. And so because it doesn't matter to you, I don't think there's any point to really even discuss.
Well, I can elaborate.
Fair use law.
I can elaborate a little bit.
Go ahead, please.
And open the door a tiny
Elaborate?
bit, just to give you a general angle. I truly believe that usually the people that enforce it are the ones that have a problem with it, right? And
What?
the problem with the nature of the content itself. Because in terms of legality, right? Technically, if I'm playing some Telltale game, well, I mean, they could take me down anytime they want, right? Because that's their game, and I'm yoinking their stuff, right? So legality-wise, they could clap me for everything I've got, but for just playing their game.
Sure, yeah. But obviously, well, so
Okay, so maybe, and I'm trying to be generous to xQc here, maybe he didn't mean to say that he doesn't care whether stealing someone else's copyrighted material is legal or not. Maybe he meant to say that he does care if someone has a problem with it and they want to have the video taken down, that he'll be willing to take it down. Maybe that's what he meant to say. And he was just trying to say he doesn't care about IP for like game developers if you're just playing their game live on stream. Maybe that's what he meant.
fair use is decided on a case-by-case basis by a judge or jury. So it's hard to do big sweeping generalizations about what is and what isn't. But ultimately, if I understand your position, you don't really care about the legality of it. You're more like concerned with the philosophical thoughts of reacting to content.
The limitations of that is that I care enough about it to where it affects me, right? So I have to care.
If it affects
because
him,
it's the legality
that's
of it,
when he
right? Like if
cares.
somebody wants to strike down, wants to send out a claim, whatever, well, I have to act on that, right? So whether I care or not, that will happen. Not like
See, I don't know if he means to come across as such a fucking callous, uncaring, selfish prick, but the words that are coming out of his mouth make him sound like he doesn't give a shit about anybody's IP or copyright or whether or not something affects that person unless it affects xQc, like through a copyright claim, and he has to take his videos down so he doesn't get his channel fucking deleted. That's what it sounds like. I don't know if he's just that bad at English or if he's just accidentally putting himself out there as a piece of shit.
and it happens all the time, except I like to create an environment where I engage with people in content that are not going to do that because they believe in the mutually beneficial nature of the interaction, such as video games. Even though the video games could strike me and that they want for just playing their game on my stream.
Right.
You know, I don't know how true that is. Having people play your games on live streams doesn't necessarily, like, there's no evidence, there's no proof that people playing your video games on live streams actually increases their sales. I'm sure it does have some effect, but advertising has a much, much bigger effect than having somebody play your streams or play your game on stream.
Right. Right. And so, okay. So I think my point is that we can kind of skip this whole conversation and move on to the, because I think we both agree if we did a fair use analysis, and you admit that when you says it's not transformative, that a lot of the stuff you do would fail the fair use test. So we're on the same page. Yeah.
And also a lot of your stuff too, so we're in the same boat pretty much.
Careful.
Probably not as much. No.
Yeah, this is where Destiny's realizing that xQc is just basically admitting that he's stealing from people, doesn't fucking care, and is willing to do it and continue doing it as long as he can get away with it.
So
he literally went to court. It's like the one big thing. They clearly in court, Ethan is one of the only people in the world who say, actually, my shit not only passes on paper, it passes in court.
I upload this much, right? Overall, because I have a lot of runtime, you upload about this much. If you were to break
He's
down
talking about newer stuff. I know, but I'm just saying, like, Ethan is the one guy on the internet that's actually been to court and won over fair use stuff. So it's kind of hard
what you're trying to say right now.
Well,
you're going to have to unpack that more. I don't understand this much, that much. You got to explain that a little more.
He's saying he uploads more than you, as if that has anything to fucking do with it.
The content you upload on your YouTube and on your channels, right? The things that are on YouTube, because you don't want to do
That
Twitch,
was
right?
one video.
Talking about my podcast?
I know it's one video, you retards. I'm just saying, this isn't the point. You don't want
God damn, calm down, Destiny. What the fuck are you flipping out about?
to fight with the guy who's been to court over fair use on whether or not his shit would survive court and fair use. Even if you're wrong, he's probably going to out-debate you on it.
Jesus, dude, did somebody just stab you? You are freaking the fuck out.
If you don't understand that point, just shut the fuck up and stop typing. You're fucking retarded.
That much, because it's a lot.
God damn, Destiny. Chill the fuck out.
A lot of runtime. It's a lot of.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you have proof of that? Like, you're just saying that much, this much. That seems a little silly.
I have one of the highest runtime across the internet in terms of like putting out content.
Oh,
Literally.
but fair use doesn't have to do with how long your stream is. It has to do with your commentary on the video.
Absolutely.
If your stream is 12 hours long and you're reacting to an 8-minute video, it doesn't matter. It matters what you said about the 8-minute video. It doesn't matter how long you stream for. So I don't understand your point.
Right.
So
neither do I.
If you let me elaborate on my point instead of breaking the semantics, right?
Wait a minute. How is that a semantic argument? Semantics is when you argue about the meaning of a word instead of the point of the argument. He didn't do that. That's not semantics, dude. And this is, I don't know if this is true. This would be like me trying to be a professional debater, even though I don't know anything about professional debate. And I'm just looking up like the rules of debate, and I'm using like straw man and Iron Man or you know, steel man, shit like that, or goalpost moving. And even though I don't have like a professional opinion about those things, and I would constantly use those terms as if I was a professional debater. That's the impression I'm getting from xQc from this debate.
Because you could have went against.
Not semantics. That's how fair use works.
Okay, we're not even talking about the nature of the content yet. It could be a.
What do you mean we're not talking about the nature of the content? That's exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about the nature of the content that you upload, how you upload other people's videos without actually doing reactions, calling it a reaction video.
Well, hold on, just to be clear, you said you don't do fair use, but I don't also. So we're talking about fair use, just to be clear, right?
Okay. Let's reel back a little bit and stop being stupid for a minute and just kind of.
Okay, there's the first insult. We're not even 15 minutes in. And he's only made 1 point so far, that the content that you're using isn't fair use. He hasn't slung any insults at you. I mean, Ethan hasn't slung any insults at this point. So xQc is the one that's starting the anger and the temper tantrums. Just keep this in mind. The first angry insult, slander, freak out type thing that's coming from xQc, not Ethan.
Oh no!
Okay.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
You said that I upload non-transformative content. Yes, you said that.
You said that.
Upload what? What did he say there?
That I upload non-transformative content.
Transformative content, non-transformative content. Okay.
Yeah.
You said that too, but yes.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, yeah. And I said that you do too, right? And I'm not saying So you would say, oh, but dude, this is like a U2 double fall fallacy, right? But in the instance where you try to take the high road and say, well, I don't do this, guys. Well, you do. And my next point is that in amount of content.
So this long rambling statement, he's saying, you do it too. It's basically all he's saying. You do it too. But instead, he's got to spit out like 500 words to make that one 4-word statement.
That you upload, you're non-reactive, there's actually quite a lot of it.
I don't know what that means. You have to stop saying that. It doesn't mean anything. You're just saying stuff.
Well, I'm saying that
You're just doing this. You do a lot of this and this. There's no stats. There's no data. I don't even know what you're referring to.
let's say
I mean, if you want to talk about stats and data, there's one specific video that I just analyzed, just picked one out of the lot. A rapper who got a $20 Anne Frank tattoo. This is a let me just read off some stats, and you can tell me if mine matches up or is worse. So this is a video uploaded to your channel 10 days ago. A rapper who got a 10-minute Anne Frank, a $20 Anne Frank face tattoo, okay? So the original video's runtime is 9 minutes and 13 seconds. Oh, sorry, no. The original video is 8 minutes, 33 seconds, okay? The video here that you uploaded is 9 minutes, 13 seconds. That means you added 40 seconds to an 8.5-minute video, adding 7.8% runtime.
That is
Actually, I even did you a favor. I condensed all of your commentary on this specific video into just a short video because it's only 40 seconds. So I'll show this. Well, this is important because what you say, the commentary does matter.
Before you finish, let me go. So you're
Okay, so now he's cutting you off, trying to prevent... xQc is cutting Ethan off, trying to prevent him from making a point. But this is another thing, because later on, after xQc gets done getting destroyed in this area, he talks to Destiny, and he's like, Ethan kept running away from the conversation. Ethan kept cutting me off. And I just want to... So this is one of the reasons I'm going to point out every time that xQc tries to prevent Ethan from making a point or cuts him off or starts slinging insults or... It's
about to prove me right. I said I do non-transformative dog shit, and you're about to show me non-transformative dog shit.
Okay, fair. So I don't have to show it to you.
I mean, you'll go clap me because I mean I just said I did that. That's like saying I'm white and I'm on camera.
Well, you said that yours is more transformative than mine, so I don't understand the consistency or the point you're trying to make.
That's true. Inconsistent with his argument. xQc is very inconsistent with his argument.
Now that you've brought that up, I mean, sure, let's like I'm gonna do a.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, let's just I do think it's interesting because the commentary does matter.
What? So then where? Arnold began to notice that music. Arnold didn't have the best. Recognized as one of the.
What the am I watching? I mean, if that
tattoo was finished.
Wait, that
instant response.
That is pretty good, actually. That guy's really good who did that.
The argument that every explained.
Bro, that crowd though. Oh, is that Tana? What the? Adam 22.
Wasn't of interest to Arnold.
What is always pick the dumbest of any comments?
About the abuse
I guess. I thought they had like one song. Fair enough. Hey, that's legit. Yeah, one song. Well, anyway, he's like Kappa. He talks normally and shit. Wait,
feel good about themselves.
Chat said
so that's the entirety of the commentary you added to his 8, and I think it's even fair. And
that's fucking awful. And I was worried about me not commenting enough on shit. Holy crap. All right, so that alleviates my concerns about uploading content without making enough commentary, because sometimes I go like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes without saying anything, but god damn, 8 minutes, and that's all he had to say during that entire 8-minute video.
And I know you don't defend yourself on this, so
I mean, did he actually say any real words, like a full sentence during that entire thing? I don't remember there being a full sentence.
I guess it's kind of a moot point. But the quality of the commentary, like, you have to be commenting, analyzing, being critical of the content you're watching for it to be fair use. But that doesn't matter, right? Because you don't even believe.
Ethan, I think you're right. I think you got me. So I think instead, I think we should get an example, one of your examples then.
Sure, I'd love to.
Let's get one of your examples that show me the guidelines, what I should do to react.
Feeding him lines? I can't. This isn't a debate where xQc can be fed lines.
Well, I just want to.
The thing is that
Uploaded 5
Ethan has a good team to prepare him. Ethan is very good at maintaining a structure. He's got a skeleton to the argument that he wants to. It wouldn't surprise me if Ethan had on his laptop right now an entire outline of how he wants this debate to go. xQc is very scatterbrained, which is fun for like normal conversations, but for maintaining like order in a debate, oof, xQc probably should have prepared an outline if you wanted to go like full tryhard for this.
Yeah, he should have at least
Ethan
done
shows
some
xQc how
preparation.
transformative reactions are done. Number 4. This is the one you upload.
Number 4 works. Oh, number 1, 2, 3, or 4, 65.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all good. So here it is. So you can hours. Okay, King.
Jesus.
Finally over. Logan Paul.
Do you notice a problem already, Felix? There's a cut here. Okay, King.
Jesus.
Why is there a cut there?
Huh? Just
yeah, there's a cut here.
So whenever you play my video, did I say, "Wait, Ethan? I think I've seen something on the screen right there." Is that a dead picture?
Okay, so this is xQc's example of Ethan uploading React content that does the same thing that his content does, or so he's arguing. And Ethan is just saying, do you notice a problem here? There's a cut right at the beginning. As in, xQc just cut out his reaction.
Pixel? Is that just play the fucking video, bro? Jesus Christ.
Okay, but it undermines your argument if you're showing an edited clip. If you're cutting out my commentary and then trying to say you do fair use, this seems a little silly. But I'll play it. I'll play it.
Video.
Jesus.
Finally over. Logan Paul apologized.
CoffeeZilla, your slang is. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, more like an internet criminal.
Oops, wrong video. That was the first response. He actually
10
apologized.
seconds of him sitting there like a moron. Look at this idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not high effort.
No. This is like
not
that.
high effort.
I mean, hold on. Here,
Hold on.
let me get a
not
taste
it
of
either.
this. He didn't talk about it. He's literally just sitting there quietly for the first 30 seconds. You should sue him. You xQc, you beef bitch.
Turns out it's actually on his secondary channel.
So if she chooses, I'll play the whole thing. Just let me know when to stop. If you want me to.
It's entitled "Thank You, CoffeeZilla." It's the third
They
response.
could sue you, and they would be right to sue you. I think they would be in the right.
I think so.
Thank you.
Paul, and it's a pretty big change in Logan's attitude so far. So let's see what he has to say to us.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal.
I wonder what Ethan has to say, to be honest.
Logan was going to hire me.
What?
I'm just wondering, because the guy says, I wonder what he has to say. I wonder what you have to say about this, because I'm watching you and you haven't said shit yet, so I mean...
Well, you told me to let the clip play. Do you want me to let the clip play, or do you want me to interrupt it? You got to choose a lane.
Way too hot for this, bro.
Be creative with it and kind of do commentary at the same time, and I was trying to, I was asking the old Ethan, the guy that's morally above everybody, high-roading, to react.
High-roading, oh no, he's train washed.
Jesus. Oh, man. All right, xQc. If you're trying to prove a point, you need to have evidence of the point. You don't just make an edited video showing somebody sitting in their chair doing a reaction video. You have to let the clip play showing how much time he spends not reacting, if that's your point. That's like there's cut after cut after cut after cut in this video. What's the point of the video? All he's trying to do is show Ethan saying that he should be sued for not reacting during a reaction video. And then cut into like 10 seconds of a video that Ethan was reacting to, only 10 seconds of not reacting. And then cut, and then showing the sue thing again, and then showing another cut where he's not reacting for 10 seconds. Give me one fucking reaction video where there's not 10 seconds of not reaction. Give me a break, dude.
Okay. Do you want me to keep playing it, or have we seen enough? Okay, cool.
But in all seriousness, this video...
That's a reaction one right there, boy.
Does have some major admissions in it I want to go through. For one, Logan apologizes to me.
I called him. I apologized.
My criticism of him
there he goes. He showed 10 seconds. Not even 10 seconds of the guy, of Ethan, doing no reaction. That's not the problem he's pointing out. This isn't what the argument is about. It's not about whether or not you're fucking reacting the entire time you're doing a reaction video. Good Lord.
Right now, but say he uploaded this to YouTube. because I understand the nature of. I mean, listen, it goes on, but I'm gonna tell you, I find it really interesting that you think this is compelling.
It's not.
This is actually, first of all, there's so many cuts in it. It's not persuasive at all. But one thing I do want to ask you about is why you cut out the beginning of the segment when I talked about it. Here's when I set up the video. Here it is. And again, the framing, what you say in the before and after is really important. So here's how that clip starts, Felix, which you cut out for some reason.
Felix.
Yeah, so Logan made a video after he got absolutely bodied for his response, where he was like, I'm gonna sue you, this is bullshit, you're
Why did you cut this?
me. You played a video.
So is that a pre-act? Is that like
Oh yeah, it's part of the same clip.
It's part of
A pre-act. Talking about a video you're going to do a reaction on, it's a pretty common thing in a reaction video.
Just went in and took out like 30-second slices from it.
So basically what you're saying is that if, you're going to the bar, right? And this part is like where you get in and where you get like a beer or something like that, right? And the rest of it you just fucking say, basically it's like the intro.
xQc, calm down. Oh my God, why is he so aggressive right now?
Yeah, see, and for the first few minutes, xQc had his shit together. Or at least he was not freaking out. And from this point on, for the rest of the entire debate, he is just uppity as fuck. Just off his fucking rocker with irritation and rage and anxiety and just ranting and just throwing insults from the entire rest of this debate. And Ethan is staying mellow. But for some reason, xQc, after this debate, after he gets in touch with Destiny and talks to Destiny about how he did, he's got this opinion that Ethan was freaking out the whole time and xQc was cool and mellow.
I don't understand how fair use works, and that's fine. But I don't know why you want to debate fair use when you don't care about it. Yes, what you say in the beginning matters, bro. You're analyzing, I'm contextualizing, I'm criticizing, I'm analyzing it. That's what fair use is. I'm transforming it. I'm not just sitting there and the audience isn't just watching the video while, you know, I mean, you do get up and go to the bathroom a lot. So I know that you want to, but that's fine because you don't care about it. But for you to think that this is
you use me as an example for your indemnity. This is what you're saying.
Felix, I don't. Do you think this clip is compelling? Do you see what I'm saying? That
what the fuck was that?
That's fine because you don't care about it. But for you to think that this is
you use me as an example for your indemnity.
What the fuck? What the hell does that even mean? Was he saying indemnity or identity? Either way, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
This is what you're saying.
Felix, I don't. Do you think this clip is compelling? Do you see what I'm saying, that this example is really dishonest?
Okay, so...
And he refuses to answer him right there.
In that clip, my editor edited your own words saying, look at him.
Can I ask you something? Your editor did this? Have you watched it?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I watched it like you just did, yeah.
Oh, you did? So you just watched it for the first time?
So the cuts are...
Have you watched the unedited version on my podcast?
Nope. He hasn't. His editor did this for him.
It's
no.
Okay.
The cuts
so then why was this removed?
Oh no,
if you don't let me talk, I mean, we're not gonna have a conversation. If you want to.
Well, I just want to get to the point. You know what I mean? Because I don't want you to deflect. I want to know why you cut this part.
Then when you ask a question, you have to wait for me to answer. Otherwise, it's not gonna work.
Then answer.
You said okay. Go ahead.
Because you asked a question.
apologize.
You did 3 times. That's okay.
Are you gonna answer him?
Okay. So there's 4 of them out of many of them. By the way, we only uploaded 4 because we didn't want you to go crazy with the DMCA stuff. Basically, it's pretty much. A lot of it is spliced and it's back to back. So yeah, there is a cut, but it goes back.
Yeah, so
it's like you're pausing a video, but it's the same thing.
No, it's not, dude. You're literally showing 10 seconds or less of not reacting. Whereas he was showing you not reacting for 8.5 minutes. And showing 40 seconds of you just spewing some fucking words that have nothing to do with the video you're even watching. All you're doing is going, what? Wait, wow, blah, 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 blah.
You go in such a 2.5, 3 minutes without talking.
You haven't proven that. But here's what I will say.
Go to get one of the one. Go get the one from Meat Canyon. That one is you. Okay, listen.
Okay.
You combo mustache twiddling, hair, and neck skin, and you do like this. And you have all sorts of things, and that's major react, bro.
So now he's just insulting him. He's just insulting how he's just insulting his mannerisms for no reason, as if that has anything to do with the argument at all. You're insulting Ethan's mannerisms, dude. If your point is that he also has content that he just sits there for minutes at a time without reacting, then show evidence of that. You showing a clip that's fucking chopped to hell of little tiny, windows of time where he's not reacting is not evidence of that.
I give it to you.
So
That's
right.
over.
No, you're
It's
right.
over.
You're
That's
right.
insane.
You understand this concept because you talked.
X is it's done.
And who
Oh,
gave me
God.
permission to react.
Oh, so it's about permission then. So now we're moving the
Sometimes.
goalposts. So move.
Well, hold on.
Moving the goalposts. He's doing this shit again. Let me pull up the rulesofdebate.com. Or no, what is it? Debatetactics.com? Let's see. Where is that site? I used to have this bookmarked somewhere. Debate errors? Oh, there it is. Logical fallacies. Your logical fallacies, or sorry, your logical fallacy is.com. There it is. Let's see. So far, he's talked about straw man, ad hominem. He'll say that a whole bunch later on. But yeah, so if you go to yourlogicalfallacyis.com, it gives you a whole list of all the different logical fallacies that people point out in debates, like straw man and shit like that. So he's just going to list those off to make him sound like he's good at debate, even though it has nothing to do with the point that Ethan just made.
It is. Hold on. Before we move on, I just want to make it clear that when you're accusing me of not adding enough commentary, that you did upload a clip that's deceptively edited, and I mean, frankly, dishonest. Why did you cut this beginning part?
Okay.
It's got you by the balls there. Address it.
Why did you cut this?
Unfortunately, the problem that I have right now is that you're saying that now, and you're saying all this whatever, right? But it's
What?
quite literally you in the video that's edited that says he's sitting there.
If there's cuts in it, it's not the video.
Right.
How is, if there's cuts in it, how is that a representation of my analysis?
All right, then examine Exhibit B, the Meat Canyon one. Then go with
I
it.
already told you I had permission.
Okay. So now
why do I need to look at that?
So now it's about permission. All I'm saying.
That is one aspect.
No, he's not saying that the argument is about permission. He's saying that he had permission to do that video, that reaction video. So regardless of how he reacts in that video, it doesn't fucking matter because he had permission. God damn, dude, this guy is an idiot.
Yeah.
In the video, you're trashing me. You say he's sitting there for 40 seconds without talking. That's one of your major concerns or criticism. It's why it's highlighted so much in the video. That's a big hit you can do at me. And I'm going to show examples of you multiple times where you go not only 40 seconds, you go 2 minutes without talking.
Then show it.
So then,
Right.
I don't have to argue against you. You have to argue against yourself because these are your own words. And then you have to watch your own video. No.
So here's what I'll say about
No.
that.
Go.
You're right, because the 40-second thing is not a good analysis. That wasn't a good thing I said, because when you're considering fair use, you
it back then, take it back.
consider it in the totality of it.
Take it back.
No, you still are a content thief, in my opinion.
Take it back.
No, why would I take it back?
Because if you're going to reel back and say, I said
No,
it
I
to
just said
block-
that wasn't a good analytical point. I still think you're a content thief.
Okay, but
All right, so rather than holding him to the point of you need to admit that the 40-second thing is not a good marker for whether you're a content thief, which, I mean, he pretty much just said that that's not a good marker, and he's took it back. He basically took it back already. He's trying to say that you're still a content thief because of the fact that you're doing videos where your only reactions are single words in 10 whole minutes and you don't add anything at all to the video.
But so take back.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to snort. Should have pushed the mute button.
What you said then.
Why? I believe it. I know I am. I apologize for the 40-second thing. I don't think it was a good analysis.
There, he just took it back twice. Is that not good enough for you?
Okay. You want to go with the other comments that you made or not?
Huh?
You want to go with the other comments that you made or not?
Which comment?
We could go through all of them. Because you're wrong. You're wrong across the board. Every behavior you call me out on, you have done in those videos. There's
okay, if you say so. But why do you want to? Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Why does that matter? Why does that matter?
Okay, because earlier you said it.
Well, I mean, if you're going to call somebody out for being a content thief and you're a content thief, makes you a fucking hypocrite. And you have no grounds to be calling anybody else content thief.
Do you care about this all the time? And all the time? And I gave you an answer. You were like, got him. He said all the time when you seem to be the guy who doesn't do any stealing or thieving. And I have 4 examples right there. And you're.
No, you did not show an example.
Well, then get another one then.
Well, that's not my job. You're the one that's trying to prove it. Why the fuck should I go pursue and try to prove I don't do fair use? That seems stupid.
Wait.
He's got you by the balls there. You should have had your videos so you can show them without him stopping or controlling the videos and make the point yourself instead of sending your videos to him and allowing him to screw you in the debate, if that's what's happening.
Hey, that seems like that's exactly what you guys have been doing on Twitter and whatnot, right? That's your whole concern.
I'm showing stuff about you and not telling you to go find a video of yourself not doing fair use. That's moronic.
So you said thief, right? Show me one.
Yeah. I just did with the Anne Frank one. You did 44 seconds of commentary on an 8-minute, 30-second video where you offered no critical analysis.
And do you know if I had permission?
Did you have permission for that?
Yeah, maybe I didn't.
So why don't you tell? Wait, why won't you tell me?
Did you or you didn't?
I'm just saying, are we moving the goalpost there now?
Maybe.
It's not a goalpost. It's just another.
Yeah, what do you mean moving the goalpost, dude? If you're gonna use logical fallacies on people, you should at least know what they fucking mean. Moving the goalpost here. Let's see. Where is that? Moving the goalpost. It's on here somewhere. I'm gonna have to look this up. Damn it. Of course they can't just use the standard fucking common terms. Maybe they don't have moving goalposts on here. Nope, I guess they don't have that on logicalfallacyis.com. Okay. We're just going to have to Google it. Unfairly alter the condition or rules of a procedure during its course. Or to put it in layman terms, in the middle of an argument saying that you have to meet this criteria in order to not be a content thief. And then later on saying, oh, never mind, I've changed my mind. This is the goal you have to be to not be a content thief. Which Ethan didn't do. Ethan isn't changing his mind about what it means to not be a content thief. He's just pointing out to you that you haven't proven to him that you're not a content thief.
Facet of the conversation. It's not a goalpost.
It quite literally is when you make it a goalpost.
Okay, I do want to talk
Make
about the
what a
permission thing,
goalpost?
okay?
There you go.
But I
Story
just want to,
101.
I do want to say one thing. In my career, in my 10 years of career,
Okay, so Ethan is saying that if you have permission, then you're not a content thief. And I guess xQc is saying that that's somehow changing the goalpost. Maybe? Is that what you meant?
sure that there's been times where I've done a less good job of reacting fairly to content. I'm sure of it, right?
So you were a thief then. So you were a thief and you got
You work hard for your
and
money.
that's something I
Does it
acknowledge.
return the
and
favor?
something
What the hell is that?
that I'm
With
always
iShares
working on
Bond
and
ETFs, you
analyzing
can
to see
predict
how
extra
I can do it
income and
better.
potentially
Oh,
It's
it's
something I
desperate.
really care about.
Don't let your money be
And
lazy.
the reason why this
Hard-earned
conversation
cash.
is interesting is because it's something that you don't care about, and I'd like to know, I'd like to understand that. But are you saying, have I ever done a bad reaction in my whole career? Yeah, yes,
Okay.
probably, almost certainly.
So then, would you agree that old Ethan, or not too old Ethan, is a thief, sack of dog shit motherfucker?
All right, now are we going with the fucking the explicitives attacking? This is ad hominem. What it actually means to do ad hominem is to attack the person instead of the argument. For some reason, xQc thinks that Ethan does ad hominem at some point, which I'll keep an eye out for. But I don't think he does, but you literally are doing it right now, xQc. Oh, hey, we had a viewer. I missed it. Sorry. Maria Rodriguez. Hello. You pop back in, or if you haven't already left. Lost my train of thought there. All right, anyway, so xQc is being accused of moving the goalpost and ad hominem later on, even though he doesn't move the goalpost. He just says that he had permission for the meat video that he tried to use as an example, and that the other example that xQc gave was so highly edited it didn't actually show him not reacting. And then Ethan even admits that in the past he might have acted as a content thief. And he's not saying that that's okay. He's saying that being a content thief is bad, and he might have done it in the past.
Sure, yeah. In those, if that's what
You
happened in
work
that
hard
time,
for
sure,
your
I was a
money.
dog shit.
Does it
sack,
return the favor?
whatever the fuck
With
you said.
iShares
Have you
Bond
made any
ETF?
efforts to repair the damage
Yes.
or the things that you've stolen from the people that you thieved from?
Well, again, I don't have specific examples. There's nobody that's approached me, so
And
you know.
have you taken accountability the same way you want me to take accountability publicly for that?
I just did, didn't I?
Not really.
Yes,
Why
he
not?
did.
I just said, yeah, I've probably done that.
So
What do you want me to do?
You're gonna rob a bunch of people and say, guys, I might have robbed somebody. Lol. Moving on. I mean, it seems like kind of a cop out, to be honest.
No,
Well, it's
what
not
do you,
like
what do you
going in a
expect him
store
to
and
do?
sticking somebody up. Fair use is interpreted by a judge or jury.
So is it thief or is it not thief? Because the way I see it,
The way you
when
do it, I think, is
steal
theft.
something from somebody, right? There's gonna be a process.
Okay, I'm lost here, xQc. If he had done it in the past, and he's pointing out to you that you're doing it, how does that forgive you from doing it? It doesn't forgive you. Other people doing bad things does not forgive you for doing bad things.
Of like finding who's guilty, how much, and there's a whole process behind it, like the legal system is. Just like, I mean, don't you?
I mean, yeah, pointing out when somebody's being a hypocrite, it's a good thing to do. I like to do it a lot. I love saying, hey, you're being a hypocrite about something when somebody's being a hypocrite about something. That doesn't win you the argument.
System, you seem to care about DMC a lot, right? So being a thief, surely you're gonna care about that a lot. So did you de-damage them? Did you talk to them? Did you make an apology?
I don't know
Seems
who
like
the
you
victims
kinda-
are or if there are any. All right, let's move on.
Oh.
We're talking in circles a little bit. We want to talk about the permission thing?
Sure. I mean, so what you're doing is running away pretty much. We're not running in circles.
Well,
we're
no,
running in
I-
a direction and you're going straight forward. That's what's going on right now.
Right. That's clearly not the case, but
Gotcha.
I
Well,
will just
but-
let it be for the sake of continuing the argument.
Gotcha. Keep going then.
But yeah, you do it every single day. I mean, I've done it maybe a few times in my career. I've done, and again, I don't know who the victims are, and if they come, or nobody's ever come to me. Has anyone ever
Yes.
complained that you stole their videos?
Anybody that has reached out
Anybody
to me,
ever?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, 100%. Yes.
Okay, because nobody's ever complained to me about that.
Oh, so now you care about robbing somebody, right? And
Well,
if they didn't tell me, well, you know what? We're chilling.
You're saying the victim of the crime doesn't matter?
Which is exactly what you went after me with everybody else.
Does the victim
saying,
of a crime not matter?
He's asking after the fact, which is the exact argument that you went at me for,
No, he's
and you're
not
running away from it.
God damn, dude. This guy is like, oh, I got you. xQc. Oh, I got you on something. Blah, 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 blah. I got you. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking, this guy needs to chill the fuck out. If you pay attention to what Ethan said, this is important. The people that you have taken content from, xQc, have complained to you. And you said yes. Ethan said, no one's ever complained to him about having their content stolen. That's a big fucking deal. That's kind of important. That would make me think you're a content thief and he's not.
I don't know. Listen, the proof that you have victims is literally just concrete proof you did it. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I don't understand your point.
So when we say victims, I said people that...
Yeah, some people you stole from.
Okay.
They're a victim.
So, okay, what about your victims?
I don't know who they are. How many times do I need to say that?
Me reaching out and making an agreement with them and creating this...
Every time?
Yes, you're not... Okay, listen, Ethan, if you want to open up the chat and go with the logs, I have so many logs to make your head spin. Okay?
Let me ask you a question.
I have hundreds of emails sent to people, more than any reactor, which is more than your friend Hassan. He does way less asking than I do for permission.
Why are you bringing up Hassan? What does that have to do with anything?
Because whenever he was on your podcast, he was sucking his balls out. Right?
No. Totally uncalled for, dude. Again, with the freaking out, man. And at this point of the argument, or the debate, I don't even want to call it a debate. It's more of an argument than a debate. At this point of the argument, he just continuously starts doing this fucking throwing insults shit. And he acts like after he talks to Destiny, after this argument is over and he talks to Destiny, he acts like Ethan was doing this the whole time.
Oh, he was. What are you talking about? He was not saying his balls. He was roasting him.
You're so dishonest. You don't even know what you're talking about. Last week I chewed him out for an hour to the point where I had to apologize because people were mad at me.
That sounds like your problem.
You literally don't know.
That sounds like your problem.
What? It is my problem, but you have no consistency what you're talking about. You just said I lick his balls, and now I proved you wrong.
Consistency? You did not.
You're making no sense, bro.
I'm a
what do you mean it's my problem?
piece of shit for doing chair react when he does cookies and cream.
This is so mind-numbingly dumb. Let's just move on to the permission part.
You know what? You want to fucking keep doing a sprint? Let's just keep running. Let's do a marathon, me and you. How about that? Because we're running a straight line right now. I'm running after you, and you are going straight forward.
Oh, no.
Okay, good. I mean, that's the point of the conversation, right?
Let's just keep going then.
What percentage?
So later on, when xQc is talking to Destiny, he bitches and moans over and over and over again about how Ethan just ignores what he's saying and runs away and doesn't want to address his points. You're literally telling him to continue with what you... Okay, Ethan, xQc is literally saying, just ignore my point and move on if that's what you want to do. If you don't want him to do that, then don't say, move on with what you're wanting to say. What the who does that? And then you bitch and moan and bitch and moan and bitch and moan for a long ass time when you're talking to Destiny later on about how Ethan isn't addressing the points you want him to address. When you literally just said, okay, just move on then.
How many of people would you say you get permission from?
The majority. Because the way it works for me, but for React, the main lines, most of the content that I like, I have it all lined up, right? So people that I really like the best, we reach out to them and we create this little kind of partnership, right? And when there's a smaller creators, I try to be way more careful with the amount of growth that they're getting.
Wait. What was the question that Ethan asked?
You know what? You want to fucking keep doing a sprint? Let's just keep running. Let's do a marathon, me and you. How about that? Because we're running a straight line right now. I'm running after you, and you are going straight forward.
Oh, no.
Okay, good. I mean, that's the point of the conversation, right?
Let's just keep going then.
What percentage of people would you say you get permission from?
What percentage? Okay, so let me write that down. Let's see. if he even addresses the question. What percentage of people do you get permission from? It's a pretty straightforward question.
The majority.
The
Because
majority.
the way it works for me, but for React, the main
And he goes on
lines,
this long-ass
most of
rant.
the content that I like, I have it all lined up, right? So people that I really like, I like the best, we reach out to them and we create this little kind of partnership, right? And when there's a smaller creators, I try to be way more careful with the amount of growth that they're getting, how many subscribers that they have.
So the very first two words, the majority. And now he's just going on this long-ass diatribe about how he gets into partnerships with people. It has nothing to do with the question. What percentage of people do you get permission from? The majority. Those are the only two words that have anything to do with the question that was just fucking asked.
And I try to be better with it. And quite honestly, when it comes to small creators, I have never had any pushback, right? So no victims in that case.
Okay, that's perfect. Have you heard of a guy named Vince Vintage? You reacted to 2 of his videos. This one was from a month ago.
Stolen airplane.
You remember this video? Disappearance of FBI's most wanted 16-year-old. xQc reacts. This is from a month ago.
That was 2.5 months, 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay, perfect. So it was very recent.
Yeah.
So would you consider this
Yep.
guy a small creator? He doesn't have a lot of subs. In fact, here's his original video.
Flying in a
He only has 400,000. Well, that's not small, but anyway, you did this recently.
Yeah,
Do you know who
400,000.
that guy is?
It's a lot more views than I get.
Okay, why didn't you ask him for permission?
I don't know. Did he complain? Because at this point, I don't know if I have a victim, right? I don't know. So I didn't do the.
Well, you do, actually. And what's funny is I literally just reached out to one random person from your recent reacts, just one, who followed me.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
just
I
one.
knew
It's
I-
just one. It was only one for sure.
Yeah, no, I swear to God.
So you went
I
and
just
asked,
reached out-
are you a victim, by the way? Are you a victim?
Let me, hold on, this is important. This is important for you to understand. So I reached out to Vince Vintage,
Right.
and I said, hey, I'm just curious, did xQc get permission? And I'm going to read you the message he sent me, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
He said, really appreciate you reaching out, Ethan. I've never been contacted by xQc at all for any of my Iraq videos. My personal take is this. I love big streamers watching, like xQc, Hassan Mizkif, Moist Critical, watching my videos on their stream. It's a big ego boost. But when xQc does it, it's different. When he watches my video, he always re-uploads the whole thing on his YouTube channel with his insightful commentary as, wow, chat, isn't this crazy? Compared to when Hassan watched my stuff.
Exactly the point. The only thing that you add to the videos, wow, isn't this crazy? Or, wasn't it crazy? To be more accurate. Wasn't it
He
crazy?
shouted me out, and he says he
Well.
loves my stuff, and he sent a bunch of
Well,
subscribers to my channel. A fair exchange. Here's a video. He showed me a video of Hassan doing that, and then he said, xQc, he really just steals my shit, entertains his audience of hundreds of hours I put into my videos, while I get just a link in the YouTube description. The problem isn't the reacting, it's the re-uploading of my video with his face on the thumbnail, and also, and I don't DMCA him because I don't want the Twitter drama.
Oh, see, are you about to just play this off like it doesn't mean anything, aren't you, xQc?
He doesn't want.
And that's all you caught from that entire fucking statement. Doesn't want the Twitter drama. That's all you care about. You don't care about the fact that he complained about you using his thumbnail and just putting your face on it. You don't care about the fact that he doesn't like your only commentary is in the community. None of that stuff. Like nothing else. That's all you got. All you got was he doesn't like the Twitter drama.
Wait, why are you? Well, hold on. This guy says you stole his shit. Why are you denigrating that? I think you should take this seriously.
Well, because one is a paid actor, right? Which is.
Huh?
He's a paid actor. Give some proof if he's a paid actor.
Well, I mean, that's a paid actor, 100%.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Oh, it's a paid actor.
He's a paid actor.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean.
Okay, well, just assume for the sake of the conversation that he's not a paid actor.
Okay, for this, yeah, okay. So the first guy you react, right? The first guy you send a message to sends you a paragraph, looks like the Bible, right? And is stroking your ego out. Well, you know what?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, just.
So
yeah.
what's really cool about this, right? is that we can make that type of interaction I have with this person and make it 10 times better.
What? Can make that type of memes with this person?
Is that we can make that type of interaction I have with this person.
That type of interaction I had. God, it's so fucking hard to understand what you're saying. You speak so fucking fast. It's impossible to pick out the fucking words that are coming out of your mouth, dude. You need to slow the fuck down and enunciate. That
person and make it 10 times better for our ecosystem, right? Of what I watch, what I upload. If he had asked, he doesn't have to. He can use the DMCA system, and maybe there will be Twitter drama or not.
He said he didn't want to deal with the drama, so he doesn't want to deal with the fucking drama. Why is that a problem? Does that negate the fact that he doesn't like you using his fucking videos?
Usually we never make drama for DMCA stuff. But then,
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Why are you not responding to his accusation? He says you're stealing his shit.
Let me elaborate.
I don't know. Okay.
Let me elaborate then.
What are you elaborating on?
He would be a data outlier of a person who doesn't like it, and we can either recurve that, make it better, and I will de-damage him for every dollar that he has lost to me, right? And if he had analytics to back up how much.
If you did that for every single person that you stole shit from, you'd probably lose a lot of fucking money.
The video on
Considering
YouTube,
how often Ethan is saying that you do this shit daily. You do this shit every day. If you remunerated every single person you did this to, how much money would you have?
His or any sort of damaging data or stats behind it, I would be more than happy to give him 10x whatever damage was caused.
Okay, good. He'll reach out. Have you ever paid anybody 10x before? Has that ever happened?
No.
That's a good follow-up question.
How many times?
Whenever it arises, if that's something.
How many times does it happen?
I will have to check with editor, but it
Right, not a lot. I'd assume not a lot of people do that.
Oh, okay. So the amount really is what you're looking at then.
No, just the amount of times that people actually take you up on that. Because what you're saying is, I'm going to steal your stuff, and I don't care if you have a problem with it. You can come talk to me. Like, that's not your right. Shouldn't you apologize to Vince?
Yes, I apologize to Vince.
It's not his job to come ask you for reparations for you stealing from him. Don't you understand that?
So what you're saying is that you went digging for
by the
victims
balls
that
there.
didn't.
I literally messaged one dude.
Okay, so nobody in your production room believes that.
Why don't you just apologize to Vince Vintage?
I absolutely will, and I feel I didn't get a Twitter DM. I didn't get nothing. I feel really bad. You wanna know why? Because all about the.
So pull your fucking head out of your ass for a minute, xQc. Listen to what he's saying. Stop trying to think of the billion-word salad that you're about to spew out of your fucking mouth as fast as you possibly fucking can. And think about what Ethan is saying here. Ethan is saying that you're stealing shit from people, they don't fucking like it, and you should stop doing it. And you saying that you're willing to make recompense for it is nothing to do with the fact that you're doing it in the first place. You're fucking taking other people's content and uploading it and slapping your face on it and making a bunch of money off of it. That's the problem. He's trying to say that you need to stop doing that. And you keep trying to say, well, it's okay because nobody comes after me for it. Then you say, when he points out that people don't like it and they want you to stop doing it because it is a problem for them. Then you're like, oh, well, then I'm willing to work with them or I'm willing to reimburse them. But people don't want to have to go through that and shouldn't have to go through that in order for you to stop fucking doing what you're doing in the first place. I mean, just stop trying to justify and address the points that he's making. That's where you're failing in this debate, this argument.
Oh, the whole sphere of this, everything around it, is to make something good happen, right? And that matters to me a lot.
That's such bullshit, bro. Nice try. You literally do it to enrich yourself. You're a multimillionaire, and you steal content from small creators, and you don't give a fuck about their rights or what they want. And then your only justification is, oh yeah, you can come chase me down and complain and try to get my attention so I can pay you for the shit I stole. It's total bullshit, bro.
True.
You're not creating anything big for anyone. You're just taking attention and views for yourself, and you don't give a fuck about the consequences of that. It's not your decision to make that for other people's property.
He's totally
you sound like,
got you by the balls
there. You sound like Robin Hood or something. Are you like some sort of hero or something like that? Because it seems like you do a lot of that.
That's ad hominem. There's that ad hominem attacking him instead of the argument again.
And you take the high road on it.
Interesting defense.
You take the high road on that. One, that's my point. You have done that. You do that. And
you haven't proven that.
Well, it's all that. Oh,
okay, fine.
It's true. It's true. You haven't proven that Ethan does it. Ethan's about to admit here that he has done it, and he feels bad for doing it, and he's not going to do it anymore. Or he's going to do as much as he can to prevent it from happening in the future. That's all you have to say, xQc. But then you'd actually have to turn around and follow up on that and not continue doing what you do every day based on what Ethan says. I mean, I'd still have to watch your channel to see that for myself, but I mean, you've never said that he's wrong about that, so I'd have to believe that that's true. That's probably what you do on your channel, xQc.
You know what I mean? It's like so stupid. What is it?
Because you can't use me as an example for your own thing. Because
you keep saying
doing
that,
it.
It's not.
You're doing it. You're doing it. You call me a thief piece of shit when you're doing it.
You haven't proven that. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Let me say.
Okay, and secondly, I don't know why Ethan isn't pointing this out, but even if Ethan was a thieving, content stealer like you are, that doesn't forgive you for doing it too. If Ethan was doing it, but you haven't proven that Ethan does it.
Send one DM. I will, guys.
And Ethan hasn't admitted to doing it like you did.
I'm going to send one message, and he will automatically give me a.
Well, and I take that. Let me fix that statement. Ethan has admitted that he's done it in the past, but he doesn't admit that he continually does it every day, like xQc.
Full response right now. Give me a minute for it. Okay.
You're making fun of this message I got from Vince Vintage, which is a genuine. He was expressing himself genuinely, and he was disturbed by the way he uses content. Can I ask you another question related to Vince?
I'll take it out right now. I will take it out. If Vince wants to come in right now and send me a DM, I'll take it out right now. I will give you every penny of that, and I'll say this ecosystem doesn't work for you. Let's look at that.
Let me ask you a question. This is the video. And you do this all the time. You'll agree.
Yes.
You use the exact title and the exact thumbnail. The only reason for anybody to do that is to confuse search and discovery and cannibalize views from the original. That is the only reason to do that.
Do you have any sites to back that up? Because I have the sites of the opposite.
Dude, it's the thumbnail and the title. Don't you see that users will be confused?
Let me tell you something, Ethan.
Don't you think so?
My YouTube channel does not grow. It quite really doesn't. But your thing just.
That's because you just post a ton of shit there.
Yeah, see there. Now he's giving you evidence of what he just said. And to me, it looks like the only difference between his thumbnail and your thumbnail is your face being on your thumbnail. And I can't see that zoomed in, but it looks like the title's pretty much the fucking same too.
No, you don't put any effort into it.
Okay, and why do you think that is?
Because you don't give a fuck.
Okay. Jump in, bro. I have nothing.
Clearly,
I don't think I'm ever getting a fucking.
These are.
I'm not talking about xQc right now. I'm talking to a friend about some shit. xQc is cooked on this, bro.
My shit.
I would agree with that. xQc is fucking cooked. He's basically admitted to being a thief. He doesn't have any excuse for thieving. And basically all he does is say, you do it too, you do it too, you do it too. That's not an excuse. That's not a reason for doing it. That doesn't forgive you for doing it.
Because
there's no timing that could save xQc.
You don't get that right.
Okay, well, same goes applies to you then.
No, you haven't proven that. You keep saying that, but it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, then show me proof you asked for permission, and or you got it.
Why? Now you're asking me to show you proof? Dude, you're absurd. Why is it you think it's crazy?
I mean, that is kind of fair. If you get permission to do what you're calling him out on. You should show that you actually have proof that you got permission. That is a fair. I don't know why xQc should follow up on that and should demand that proof. I mean, because I would like to see that you're not a content thief, Ethan. That's a fair question.
Dude, the fact that you're using the same title and the same thumbnail is so parasitic. It's so shady. You are only doing that to siphon off views and confuse people. There is no other reason for that. Why would you use the same exact title and the same exact thumbnail? Explain that to me.
So are you more upset about the title or about the content of the video itself?
Well, it's the intention, dude.
What difference does it make whether he's more upset about one or the other? What does that have to do with anything?
It's all together. You're intentionally confusing people to click your video instead of his.
Since you're all about legality, you would understand that intention is one of the hardest things to prove out there, right?
What the fuck difference does that make? What does that have to do with anything? He's saying, I mean, it's pretty obvious to me when I see his thumbnail versus your thumbnail, and the only difference is your face being on it, that you did not put any effort into creating your own thumbnail. You didn't put any effort into creating your own title. You're pretty much stealing at that point. Intention doesn't matter at that point.
I'm talking about philosophy. We already moved past legality. You don't care about fair use.
No. We're gonna like do things that.
Just answer the question, Felix.
How do you know?
Why did you do that? Why did you give it the same exact title and thumbnail? Just answer that.
Oh, because I wanted to.
Because I wanted to. See, when you come out and just admit, I'm a piece of shit, people are gonna think you're a piece of shit.
Why did you want to?
Oh, because I wanted to.
Why did you want to?
Because the thumbnail is good and it gives the viewer what they want. And
right, which is the original video. They want the original video.
Okay, so I'll tell you, since you don't like questions, I'm just gonna give you a fact then, right? People that don't watch React content do not get served React content. If somebody wants to watch us react,
who gives a fuck?
Oh, well, I thought it being cannibalistic was the problem with you.
But you're not addressing the fact that you're being cannibalistic.
Well, is it not?
You're going to try to say that the Google algorithm is somehow running deep for you? That's crazy. It's stupid.
I don't even think Ethan's made that argument yet.
So you said that it's cannibalistic. I give you a hint on why it's
not.
But
you didn't address why it's not cannibalistic. You literally did not say why it isn't cannibalistic. All you did was that people that like React content get React content. What does that have to do with whether or not what you're doing is cannibalistic? It has nothing to do with that. Literally nothing to do with it.
The intention.
Okay, so now it's so if you want to just keep going back and forth and say not there, not there, not there.
Okay, so you see no problem with this?
No.
No. Okay.
So,
and if you add,
so he has no problem with stealing the content. He doesn't care whether it's legal or not, and he has no problem with stealing thumbnails and titles. I mean, how much more obvious can you get that xQc is literally a content thief and doesn't give a shit about being a content thief? How much more could you possibly lose this argument, xQc? And you keep saying, you do it too. You do it too. It does not justify you doing it.
Added 20 seconds of commentary to his video and you use the same title and the same thumbnail. You don't see any problem with that?
No.
Okay. There it is.
So it seems like
that's all you really need to say.
So
it seems that you don't care about. It seems you don't not just care about the law. It seems like you don't care about people's artistic, creative property at all. It seems that you don't have any respect for property at all.
That's the impression I'm getting.
IP, at least. It seems like nobody, to my knowledge, has a problem with any of my videos being up right now.
Nobody has a problem with it, even though he literally gave you an example of somebody saying they don't like you doing it. The only reason that they don't tell you is because they don't want to start drama. Jesus.
You're like a prolific thief. You could say, oh, I found one example of you doing this back in whatever year. You're a prolific thief, dude. You do this every day, multiple times a day on your YouTube channel.
Gotcha. So
and he doesn't deny it. He literally just says, okay, I'm moving on. Yep. Okay. What you said is true. So is it not true? Because that's not the first time you did that. He's called you out on doing it multiple times a day, every single day, and you don't deny it. So I get the impression you do.
I will go to somebody's house and say, take something, and he doesn't care, right? He generally doesn't, and never reached out. And you go out there and you go and seek the victims out, right?
So his argument, rather than saying that's not true, I don't do it, or that, you know, he's willing to take the videos down if anybody has a problem with it. His argument is, so you're going out looking for the victims. What? How does that justify you doing what you're doing?
Right? And you failed to establish a pattern of them being cannibalized the way that you think they are.
Well, there's just one. I mean, one is enough, isn't it?
Okay.
Is it not?
In that case, that puts the burden of proof on you as well, then.
No. You're trying to say that he doesn't have enough evidence that there's a problem. He's showing you at least one, and you said you don't care about it. That's pretty much closed case there, dude. You're a content thief and you don't care about the consequences. You don't care whether it's legal. You don't care whether you take somebody's thumbnail and use it for your own. You don't care about stealing someone else's title and using it for your own. You literally said these things yourself.
And show you had permission. What? Yes, because I think, you know what?
I don't need permission to transform content, dude.
Okay. So, one of the videos that I have, but there's 4 of them, so you guys see all of them. If you have proof, you ask permission to any of those, you win by a landslide.
Why would I need proof to transform a video?
Yeah, you don't need
proof. I mean, the only one is me can because he's my buddy. There's obviously ones where, like, it's obvious when you're buddies.
And me pausing and talking about this shit is transformative, thank God. Giving my take is apparently all you need, which is good enough for me.
I actually did ask me, Canyon.
Oh, it's obvious. So we're supposed to know.
Well,
that.
you'd understand that on Twitch too. There's people that everyone's friends with, and like.
Oh my
God. But
because
this
I mean,
guy,
if you don't want my commentary, you can easily click the link to the video Destiny put up in the comments down below.
I mean, Vince.
Okay. Yeah. So you're making assumptions about me, but we're not making assumptions about you.
Not an assumption. I have a literal message from the guy you stole from. It's not an assumption. It's literally a fact. So yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with this thread because he actually gave you permission to perform this analysis. Internet archivist.
Internet archivist. Why is it so hard for these guys to say archivist? Internet archivist.
Archivist.
Arkansas.
He said, I let xQc repost a reaction to see the impact it had. Okay, and the analysis is basically the video witnessed an 87% decrease in impressions on the day of the re-upload. Okay, and the video also witnessed a 52% decrease in viewers on the day of the re-upload.
Now, see, this doesn't look too bad to me, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, it looks like a natural decline in viewership. You'd need to have a longer timeline, you know, something that covers more than just 1 week. And to me, it looks like it's got a steeper downward slope before the re-upload. So it kind of got, you know, a little bit of suspension and loss from being re-uploaded. Like there's less loss after the re-upload than there was trending before the re-upload. And this could have been a point that xQc could have made if he wasn't fucking ranting and flipping out and losing his shit. If xQc would have just said, if you look at the trend before the re-upload, it's got steeper decline than after my re-upload. There's less loss after I re-uploaded it. Therefore, it's benefiting the video. I have no idea why he didn't address this or make that point, but that's the point I would have made. All right. So I'm going to take a break and we're going to come back to this video. Well, it's getting kind of late and I want to do at least a little bit of gameplay. So we'll come back and continue this tomorrow. We'll put this marker right here. Let's see. Make a note here. We left off at 41 minutes and 38 seconds.
So yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with this thread because he actually gave you permission to perform this analysis. Internet arc.
All right, yeah, 41:38. And we'll continue at 41:38 when we come back to this video tomorrow. Until then, I'm going to take a break here, so we're going to switch over to the music player. I'm so lost here. Where is OBS? There it is. Got buried. All right. And close that window. And I'll just reopen it again tomorrow at 41:38. I've made a note. Pull up the media player. And we'll play this until I come back, and we'll play Oxygen Not Included when I get back. Thanks for tuning in. All right, that's a long ass song, so I'm not going to let it play through. Let's switch the screen up to my gaming setup here. Stop that. I do like the Beethoven. Not all of it, but the popular ones anyway. I do like the popular Beethoven songs. All right, let's get our game set up going. We'll pop into Oxygen Not Included. Or don't forget to turn off the main PC audio, otherwise we'll get a stupid echo. And like I said, we'll continue the very, very sad argument of xQc tomorrow in our next episode, so tune in for that if you want to see the rest of that. But I want to make sure, because I only got about an hour here before bedtime, so I want to make sure I get in some Oxygen Not Included gameplay. And I want to apologize once again if Maria Rodriguez, or one chatter that showed up today that said hello and then left a couple minutes later. I apologize for not catching you and saying hello back. Hopefully you'll stick around for me to include you in the conversation next time. Ooh, we got some skill points. Let's continue down the researching path. That's my favorite hat color for the researchers. Looks like you need some digging. I'll give you the digging hat. Because you're the only person with digging skills. And we need an operator. So we'll give you the operator hat. Since we have someone else wearing a farming hat. Trivaldo also has the farmer's hat. Alright. Skills done. What are we doing here? Building the power up with this guy. And almost done cleaning this room out. Looks like we're about halfway up to the supply teleporter. Doing good on food supply. Good on stress levels. I don't like how that looks like it's empty when it's not. It's just a bug. Or is it supposed to be like that? Probably just a graphics bug. What are you doing? Oh. I forgot to write down the timestamp when I switched over. I'll do that later. Forgot to write down the timestamp on when it went on break too. Okay, we'll update those after. And we're going to need to clean up this water here. That's what, refinement? Yeah. So eventually we're going to start sending polluted water and clean water over here. I'm going to have clean water up on this row and polluted water down here in containers. And then this will be full of chlorine to get rid of the germs. Not a problem for most of this water, but you can see like this, plus all the toilet and shower and sink water we're going to have running over here. We need to get rid of the all of the germs. You can see that just keeps growing and growing and growing, the number of germs in here. Once you get one germ in this polluted water, it just constantly keeps growing more and more germs. So we can't use any of this water until we get rid of all those germs. Which is what this room full of bleach stones, why I put the bleach stone in here, and then I'll fill this room with chlorine. It'll kill the germs in the water that gets put into these reservoirs. And I'll put in here. And then I'll put timers between the reservoirs to make sure that the flow goes slowly between the containers. And then that way it'll kill the germs as it goes through the system. So we're going to want an oxygen mask station here. And a couple of oxygen mask docks. Let's put 3 of them there. Don't think those require power. No, good. And we're going to want crafting station to make the oxygen masks. I guess we'll put that up here. That's another graphical bug I've noticed. Like sometimes it doesn't show the blueprint, white print in this case, unless you put your mouse over here and then bring it back. Like sometimes when you're selecting things, it does. Like, except when I want it to demonstrate, it doesn't do it. But I don't know if you caught that earlier. It was just showing the plug and nothing else until I did that. This, let's put it up here. At least for now. And we'll create another power station up here. And we're going to need an oxygen intake for this. And it can't be polluted oxygen. I believe it has to be pure, unpolluted oxygen. So let's put a deodorizer here and here. Slap down a gas pump between those two guys. And we're going to need a gas filter to make sure we're just getting the pure oxygen. And a vent to get rid of the stuff that's not pure oxygen. Do I want an oxygen reservoir? No, not for here. Don't need it. And then we'll run a pipe down here to get rid of the polluted oxygen. And run this over here. Need tiles. And take this out. And power. Hope that's not over a kilowatt for all this shit. Why are these not getting... excuse me. Why are these not getting power? Oh, okay. I haven't built that part yet. I was gonna say, pretty sure I drew the wire all the way over here. How did we go from 34,000 to 6,000? What the hell happened there? Did we have a bunch of food rot or something? There's literally nothing in here now. What the hell happened? We had a big spike in calorie consumption here, too, for some reason. Does this count calorie loss due to rotting? Food rotting? Because that should be a pretty smooth line. That's got to be because of rot. You guys really just do not want to build this wire, do you? You just walk away. Why don't you build that wire? You already delivered the materials and you were standing right there. is that mostly polluted oxygen? These filters aren't doing shit. Let's disable that for now. It's just wasting power. Mostly polluted oxygen. These filters catch up and do their job for a while. I thought we were doing much better on food production. We're at 34,000. Then we're down to a little less than 5,000. These complete before the starvation starts. What do we have in the printer? No. I do need digging. I don't need another farmer. I don't really need another doctor either. I mean, I could use a second doctor. Definitely need another digger. It's just the farming that I don't need. And screw it. Might as well. Alright. Digging. Farming. Doctor. Oh, I've already got 2 doctors. Damn it. Thought I only had one other doctor. Oh well. We do need another digger. Let's see. You're a digger. Put you on the night shift. Ooh, we got more skill points here. Looks like you've got your masterworks. So we can let you start making art. And you're the farmer. And you're a tidier. Let's give you the tidying hat. Since no one else has it yet. And we already have someone else wearing the art hat. Alright, this room is finally clean. Now, I think if I'm doing this right, all I need is a pipe coming out here, going up to the next one. And we need a liquid shut off there. Oh, need refined metal for that. Do I have anybody that can dig this out? I think that's excavation, right? Skill required says dig. But, super hard digging, okay. And you have super hard digging, okay, good. Is this area clean yet? Not quite. Well, they're not running full time, so I guess that's clean enough. Turn that back on. Okay, now we're starting to get polluted gas. Let's turn that back off for now. Actually, I should probably move this back from the door a little bit so they don't open the door while they're putting the mask on. Forgot they did that. If you put it right next to the door, they open the door before they put the mask on, and then the door just stays open the whole time they're putting their mask on. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna put the water filter there, so we need to move this gas vent. Let's put that down here. Deodorizer is just pumping away. It's not making a whole lot of progress. Maybe I should put another filter down here, huh? I just noticed that plug slug that was hanging out down here for hours and hours, not getting out of the water, is gone. Wonder where he went. Ooh, a skill point. Don't really need another researcher at this point, so let's work on suit wearing. Maybe that big spike in food we had was from fish fillets or something. These guys are just not close to death to make more fish fillets. It's one guy. Guess we're gonna have to make some more grapefruits. Okay, let's turn this back on. How the hell is there a vacuum right there? Why is there a vacuum? I know the pump's running, but there should be enough gas around here to fill in that spot. And gas levels are pretty low around here. I guess we could put in another sublimation station here. These plants aren't getting the Sweetle tending that they need. Do I need to bring another Sweetle over here? Let's see, which one would be easiest to get to? Yeah, these guys. Guess that would be the easier ones to get to. Just get rid of this stuff. Damn, now we're up to 14,000 again. I guess the timing on these is just a big batch of them come out all at the same time, huh? Big old swings in the amount of calories we have available. Man, you don't really notice how super slow these guys start out until you bring one new person in later game stages, and you can see how much faster they move compared to how freaking slow they are when they're new. Good lord, that is slow. Oh, they did do the tending. It just took them a long time to do it. Weird. That's okay. We'll bring one more down here anyway. What did I push? Not sure what happened there. I was trying to just switch that. Ooh, new printable. What do we got? Definitely don't want another farmer. We got 3 of those now. Cooking, building, and digging. And anemic. Definitely not. And building. Already got 2 builders. Brian it is. 20 out of 20 critters. Damn it. Gotta put a door here. And probably here too. There we go, storing 0 out of 20. Better. And this guy is still wrangled, right? Yeah. And we just need somebody to come grab him before he untrusses himself. It's weird that it doesn't show him carrying anything. Didn't it used to show like a bag on his back when they were carrying a bagged bug? What the hell is Abyss Light doing in here? Oh, see, that's one of those things where it doesn't add it to the list until you actually find it. And then it automatically checks it because you have this checked if you only have the one item checked. Because that's the entire list if there's only one item there. So when this gets added to the list, it automatically checks that even if you don't want it checked. Which is why it should just show the entire list of all things that go in that category, even if you haven't found them yet. So you don't end up putting shit in here that you don't want in here. Or it should just default to not being checked unless you've actually checked that particular item. Actually, I don't want that open. Just want to move this egg. Oh, there's a move to option? Awesome. When did they do that? Didn't even realize that was a thing. Game's even better than I thought it was. And it used to not be able to move them. You had to sweep them into a container and then drop them out of that container. Now you can just move them where you want them. So much better. Is anybody going to do that move? Why doesn't it show up under the errands list? Is that going to happen before the fucking thing hatches? I mean, not that it matters. I can just wrangle the guy if it does happen. I mean, if it doesn't happen before he hatches. What are you doing? Is anybody gonna do this? There we go. I wonder why it doesn't show up under the errands. God, the way gas moves around in this game is so weird. Trying to make sure we're not trying to sweep up any water with germs in it here. Okay. It's like all the polluted water germ shit's going over here. Good. Oh, we don't have any water flow tiles yet? Should have just installed a power switch on that fucking thing. Actually, those gas pipes are full, so should be fine just turning this on. Okay, let's get our rock crusher set up here. So let's start making some refined metal. Actually, fuck the rock crusher. For refined metal, we just make the metal refinery. Put it up higher. Germ-covered seafood. How the hell are you covered in germs? Oh, because there's a fish here. That's why. And we got germs in the fridge. At least the germs are dying. Gotta get this fish out of here, though. Did I not research the traps? I haven't researched the traps yet. Actually, we should probably put that lower, but we'll want to get rid of that water first. We'll move it later. Now, is the fish going to have germs on it, is the question. It says it has no surface germs. So when I capture the fish and move it, it shouldn't fill this area with germs. But just in case, we'll save before we move the fish. Because otherwise, we'll just kill the fish there. Because apparently when they die and they drop their meat, that gets germs all over it. And then those germs get put in here. Those germs dying so slowly. Ooh, we got skill points. of food again. Come on, guys. Should be enough. Maybe we need to build another row of food. Supplying, operating, and building. That's a pretty good one. Decreased machinery, though. That's completely the opposite of operating. I hate when they do that shit. They give you the ability you want, and then make it terrible. +1 machinery, -3 machinery. Completely makes this guy useless. Lame. I guess we'll go with dirt. Okay, we should definitely have enough food now. It's gonna take like 6 cycles for these fuckers to grow, though. What are you doing over there? Where did you even come from? Okay, it's getting way past my bedtime. So I'm going to end this episode here. And if you're interested in watching part 2 of the xQc sad argument with Ethan Klein, I'll be starting that up sometime tomorrow. I don't know exactly when. It just depends on when I wake up and get everything ready to go and whatever else I want to do, and when I feel like it, basically. So if you want to catch that, make sure you hit the notification bell icon on my channel, and it will let you know when I'm live. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you later.